So Stoned, you're the first person who reached out to me asking for an account review. And here we are on your Evil Side account, but before we get going, what I always like to ask a person is, like, tell us about yourself, like your in-game name, how many seasons have you played this game, and which commanders do you main?
So I'm right now in my second season. My in-game name is Blue Wizard. I'm playing Isengard because I met a bunch of people in season 1 that wanted to go Isengard, and we thought about like it would be fun, so we did it. It's hard, but yeah.
Awesome. Exactly.
Right now,
show us the map just so people can get an idea.
Yeah, we right now pushed a little bit into Linden. Took our first keeps here. Linden and Arno are pretty much dead. It's not a whole lot going on there.
Linden is
Alliance-wise, it's...
What about
Sorry?
Arno?
Yeah, Arno is pretty dead.
Okay. So you have no threat from the north and from the west, right? Only the east is your concern.
Yeah. East and south, I guess.
Okay.
When political talks about like Tower and what's going on there. Not sure about that. I'm not all that much of a politician. I'm more like a gun, point me and shoot.
Alright, now let's see how you can beat the east. What commanders do you main to beat the east?
So my commander's looking like I'm maining Sauron and Kaldoon. And I have like a mini project on Grima going on.
Awesome.
And yeah, gear-wise, it's like pretty standard purple.
Okay.
I guess it's looking kind of good for season 2, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just from the looks of it, I am happy with what I am seeing right now. But let's jump into the details. What special effects do your items have?
So I'm using the Smite cover.
Alright, that is this.
The hazard training, great plate.
That too is good.
The bone mask with relief because I'm running the focus build right now. And the sustain pipe because like I kind of think that's like best in slot, even there's no gold that can...
I see you have done your research, because the worn-out smoking pipe with sustain is actually one of the best items for Sauron. It scales so well with his focus, and this special AoE healing is also scaling with focus. It just goes hand in hand with what Sauron does anyway. And yeah, the only golden item is maybe the
critical care.
Yeah, golden pipe with critical care, but even then you need to 5-star refine it to be on a comparable, competitive level like this item. So you're good to go. You're already good to go with this item. I can't complain about anything. I like what I'm seeing. What about the build? What about the build of Sauron?
The build that I'm running is like this, and
focus damage build, yeah.
Yeah, right. I tested a bit like with maxing a lot of gifts and the skills, but it doesn't seem to be worth it. It's more worth to go Deceiver for me.
Yeah.
Especially with like the skill order, which is important, I guess. If you put first point allocations in like Deceiver, after that Gothau, and then the 2 main skills.
Why did you choose the focus damage build over the madness build? And also, have you tried out the hybrid build?
I didn't try out the hybrid build. I just got him to R6, R5, and then R6. It was like one go. So I had him only R3. I didn't. I used the madness build in season 1 because I only had him R2 then, and it did quite well against obviously the damage commanders and stuff. But since I'm fighting Linden now, and they have a lot of Haldirs and Gandalfs and stuff, focus damage does quite well because nobody running quilted armors.
Yeah, in the first seasons, people are still gathering the items to refine the quilted armor. That's right.
Yeah.
So you can play that against them for the first seasons, but after that, everybody will be up to speed and ready with a focus protection. And in that time, you may need to switch over to the hybrid build. But for the time being, I think you're doing good with either the focus build or the madness build. And maybe it's worth to try out the hybrid build, but if you think that people aren't ready for your focus build, then keep it. By all means, just continue exploit this weakness of the enemies as long as you can.
Yeah, I'm more of a, like, I'm switching my builds like crazy.
Yeah.
That's like the main gem spending that I do, is just switching builds, testing stuff out. And
Yeah, you know what? I was doing that for a long time too with my Isildur. He's at respect level almost 9, I think. I had so many builds for that guy, like the Madness build or the 3 Rangers, Dunedains, and what was it? Rangers from the North. Like always switching back and forth to counter specific commanders until a certain point where I said, all right, enough gems spended. Now I will get a second commander ready who's going to make up for the weaknesses of my first commander, which is why I ended up using Retaliate Balin. He goes hand in hand with my ranged countering Isildur.
yeah, that's kind of what I've done with or what I've thought with Grima, because on Grima I have like the Bone Mask with Hysteria, and that's like also the main thing that I'm like thinking about. Should I refine the Bone Mask with from Grima more and put it on Sauron, or like what to do here? Because like I'm running him and like pretty standard build, I guess.
I see you put that 1 point into Master of Mischief. That's good. Yeah. Awesome. The difference between Sauron and Grima is that Sauron focuses on burst damage madness, right? In the first 2 rounds, he needs to get the job done, while Grima is playing the long-term game. Every 3 rounds, he is casting his army madness. So that is also a good thing. It is a good thing insofar that he can't be really countered with Resolve or Aegis. You are only mitigating the first cast of madness with Aegis and Resolve. But the other rounds, you are pretty much open against Grima's army madness. I think, what was it? Round 3. The first time his army madness kicks in is on round 3. You can be resistant against army madness until round 4 if you have Aegis. But any other rounds, people are just open to Master of Mischief. They can't deny it from happening.
Is it like
yeah?
When the first Master of Mischief hits in the 3rd round and they have Resolve, is it like does it act like a stun?
It's not like a stun. It's, first of all, it is a 50% chance for madness to be inflicted upon a target, and then it's in. Wait a sec. No, if you have 100% refined it, you just cast madness on the victim. But then you also have a 50% chance for the madness effect. Yeah, that's correct. You've got it right.
But like if they don't resist, if Resolve doesn't clear the madness and the madness hits and they don't resist,
well then they attack.
And this is a mono stack?
Oh, mono
what
stack.
What do they then on?
Well, mono stack is a whole nother story. If it is a mono stack, they would usually attack their neighboring army. But if there isn't a neighboring unit, they still continue attacking the enemy units, which is why mono stack is a good way to bypass madness.
I always thought it would like act like a stun because they have nothing to attack, so they just don't attack.
No, they still keep attacking. The mono stack is a good solution against army madness.
Yeah, so that's my Grima basically.
You
like
can't go wrong with Grima, mate. Like Grima, one of the best commanders on evil side. You can't go wrong with him.
Yeah, as soon as I like unlock Witch Kings or something, but like in future seasons I will like put the Cutlass on Witch King and go for his unique probably.
And there will always be a place for Witch King. Fire damage is countering certain commanders in the game. As soon as somebody isn't equipping fire protection, or let's say the R5 title of Dwalin, Warrior of the Lonely Mountain, if maxed out, that too has minus 50% burn damage received. You know, like mechanics like that. Witch King is punishing everyone who doesn't have fire protection or high alert. And that's why he will always be in the meta.
Yeah, he's lovely. We have a bunch of Witch Kings in our Isengard group, and they are just, especially with the Isengard start with the early Zappercent and
you should have seen Did you know that the Witch King in the first 2 seasons when the game was new was really imbalanced? He was so strong that everybody mained him. Everybody wanted to main Witch King, get him, unlock him, paid so much money just to get him. He was that imbalanced.
I mean, seeing his reports from my guy, he's still imbalanced. Especially for PvE, we are all so jealous of him because like I have an evil man start, and they are just useless. They were useless with like Urukai. They don't seem to work on them.
I see that we are digressing a lot. This is still the account review, so we want to analyze a few commanders of yours. We have already taken a look onto Sauron. I was happy with what I could see there. We got the conclusion that for the time being, keep exploiting the focus damage build, but as soon as you see that people are countering you with high alert or focus protection a lot, then it's time to jump over to the hybrid build. Gear-wise, I don't think that... Can you open your inventory maybe so that we can see what else you have maybe? What about the Easterling helmet to the top?
That's courage.
Oh, allied commander damage. Okay, yeah. No, of course. So, and your bone musk has relief. I think you are good to go with your Sauron. Like, nothing to complain about it. That guy is ready for combat.
As soon as I switch like to the hybrid build, would you recommend to go Hysteria on him, or still relief?
Hysteria. I think. Yeah, that is a good question. We have to do the mathematical formula on it, but I will come back with the right answer after I have talked to my guys. Like Shilky is doing a great job with analyzing, doing the formula, what is working best. But I will come back with the right answer. I see that you have the golden weapon to the top left. Kaldoon is equipping the weapon. What was that? Sandclaw. Right.
Yeah.
What special effects did this weapon cover to the top right corner? Can you please click on this book symbol?
Yeah.
Okay. The poison coating. That poison coating is actually nice for Shadow. And then specialist is skill damage increased. That is nice for Sauron. So you already have a good weapon in your inventory, the Sandclaw, to further boost the focus damage of your Sauron. Or you just keep using this for your Kaldoon. But I would personally, if I were you, and if I could get more refinement on this item, I would go for the specialist and then give it to my Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
That means he will do more focus damage.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
And I would keep using Evil Man with him since, first of all, this weapon is boosting the damage of Evil Man. And second of all, that way you are immune against Champion of the Light. Champion of the Light is increasing the damage received for Urukais, Orcs, and Trolls.
Trolls. Yeah.
So, you see, just by having Evil Man, you increase your damage and also your survivability, and you also increase the damage of your Sauron with the special effect Specialist. And it has all the stats. It has all the stats Sauron likes.
A bit low on the focus side, I guess.
It is a bit low, yeah, but the special effect is making up for it once you have it.
Right now I'm using it on Kaldoon, and I can show you Kaldoon. I'm using it on Kaldoon instead of the East Sitting Spear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it already has like better stats, base stats, and like Might of Evil Man I think is more worth than Mounted Might because I'm running only one mounted unit and they're not really the damage dealers there.
Yeah. I'm happy with your decision here. It makes so much sense.
I was so unlucky with the spears. I never got Pierce. It's all mounted in Bane.
That is unfortunate. Pierce goes so well with your Kaldoon. But we will jump over to him in a moment. Let's continue finishing Sauron. He still has to show his armor piece to us. It was the Easterling plate. Azra training. Congratulations for this effect. It is very nice, among the best special effects for the Great Plate of the East. Let's check out what other special effects this armor piece has. Fortitude of Evil Man. That is also a nice choice you could use. So if I were you, I would either aim to continue further refining the hazard special effect you already have, or in future, if you get the Fortitude of Evil Man, I would use this. And the reason why is it is mitigating all sources of damage, be it elemental or physical. And you're going to have Evil Man in the future anyway. And the hazard training is less universal, but it is mitigating more damage than the first 2 hits. And don't worry when it says melee units only. Sauron will have halberdiers, like Corsairs, no, not even Corsairs, Dragoons, Champions, or War Chariots in his army anyway. So your units are nothing but melee.
The other one that I used for refining had 4 stall on it, and that's just not worth.
Yeah. You can even make do with Resilience of Evil Man, but you already have Hazard training. That's better. Keep just Hazard training. Maybe consider Fortitude of Evil Man in the future. And that's it for the Great Plate. And then we have an accessory. Alright, that is already best in slot, I think. No explanation needed in regards to this. Maybe, like, what special effect do you have on your Palantir?
It's Might of Soldiers.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So you will encounter a lot of Gil-galads, and you already know this probably.
Oh, yeah.
So keep buying Palantir of Orphangs in the exchange whenever you have enough of those vouchers. This is what I was doing. But unfortunately, I wasn't doing it from the start. And that's one of those sins of my past, let's say. I should have focused on the most important items in the game from the start. Instead, I wasted so many vouchers. I don't want you to repeat my mistake.
I already did.
That's unfortunate. But get a Palantir with Tactical Mark or the Orphan's Devilry. That too can have Tactical Mark, but unfortunately it's not as great as the Palantir of Orphan. It is what it is. Palantir has lots of focus, what Sauron needs, and also the plus attack is something we can't say no to. So we have these 2 items with Tactical Mark, and you need one of those. And also, there is a purple item that carries Pursuit, right? The Wizard's Firework. Do you have one?
Yep.
Awesome.
A lot, actually.
Like, man, you should definitely get one of these items, start to refine one Hunter's Mark, and you should have it in case you know a Gil-galad is coming towards you, or maybe a Grima.
Yeah, that was actually one of my questions I would have asked later.
Yeah. I mean, okay, let's see what other accessories you have to strengthen the Wizard's Fireworks. What do we need to sacrifice?
That's like my main concern. I thought about it a long time. We have like the Bone Talisman. I would use.
I'm not a big fan of the Bone Talisman, and the reason why is it doesn't have plus attack like the Drums of Moria. No. That's my first concern. Plus attack is something where infantry units get a lot of damage from. Infantry units are units that are like, you get 100 units per command. Let me give you an example. Halberdiers, Corsairs. Units like that have 100 units per command benefit a lot from plus attack. And guess what? Kaldoon is leading always Halberdiers. And if you have access to half-trolls, they too are infantry units. They benefit from plus attack a lot. And then you just fill in with one big unit, be it Dragoons, War Chariots, Champions, like some of the T4 units. Right now, you don't have the Drums of Moria. I see it. But
not at all.
I would use the Bone Talisman to strengthen my Wizard's Firework with the Hunter's Mark. It's really up to you. Have you witnessed many Gil-galads running around already in Season 2?
I mean, it's pretty early on. Season started like 9 days ago, so we didn't have like many fights. And as I said, Linden Arno are pretty much not a lot going on, so there's no guilds. But I know for sure that there are guilds in Rohan and especially Loth. Pretty wild ones as well.
Yeah. So my suggestion would be, once you notice there is a lot of Gil-galads showing up, it's time to use your Bone Talisman to strengthen your Wizard's Firework and also refine it. And
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought about like putting the Palantir from Grima on Kaldoon, and then using Grima just with the Pursuit Fireworks.
Yeah.
And running him with like arbalests and Reapers and, I don't know, Trolls or something.
Yeah, of course, that works perfectly well. Go for it, man. Like, I like where this is coming from. I see that you understand the game. Like, have you been watching Rise
I
to War
devoured your content, bro.
That's why, okay. Because I was
And
surprised.
not only yours, but like everything there is, I guess.
Yeah. I wish I had that knowledge from the get-go, but no. We didn't have that luxury, because when this game was new, there was almost no content for it. I think the only person who was covering
Chisco.
it... Yeah, that's Chisco.
I played the game when it first came out, like the very first season. And I like waited weeks for like content on YouTube to like watch, because I had no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then Chisco came out and put some content out, and he clearly didn't have a clue what he's doing, but like that's normal. Nobody did.
Which is why I really appreciate his courage. He went out there, he put something together for us, and hey, Chisco, if you're watching this video, thank you for your effort, man. That was a blessing. He is our Rise to War godfather, the first person to create content for it. Awesome. I think your Sauron is good as he is. And your Kaldoon, you already have some good ideas for him. 2 commanders are your main commanders right now, right? Sauron and Grima.
Sauron and Kaldoon, I would guess.
Okay, Kaldoon. If Kaldoon is your main damage-dealing commander, let's see what weapon Kaldoon is equipping. It is the Sandclaw, right?
Yep.
Okay. But what about giving him the Cutlass with melee might from Grima, because it has +3 attack and melee might. That is +1 attack more for your halberdiers. Just saying.
That's true, yeah.
And the Sandclaw, I would just pass this on to my Grima, since Grima, I think you aren't using him actively for PvP yet, right?
Nah, it's too early.
Yeah.
He's too low level.
Then it would make much more sense to pass over the Cutlass to your Kaldoon.
That's true, yeah.
And then, looking at his Hallberg, I see that you probably have melee vigor. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. That's just the best choice there. Unless you started noticing that you're fighting a lot of focus damage dealing commanders, such as, let's say, Gandalf the White, Galadriel, or King of the Dead with Oathbreakers, then it's time to equip a quilted armor with focus protection.
No, I have a few here.
Awesome. Keep them ready, because later you are going to need them.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Hunter's Skin is one of those items you actually can use to strengthen your quilted armor. The Hunter's Skin is something Evil Side not really needs. And as your helmet, I mean, we can technically give the...
I don't know, I think I did a mistake here. Because I had the Brutal Helm like 4-star refined.
Yeah.
And I used it to max those both. And because I pulled this guy 2 times. And I thought like maybe the 12 defense and a little bit more might is like already making up for the melee vigor and the HP from the Brutal Helmet.
Man, so Brutal Helmet is one of your best helmets for Evil Side. I would suggest... can you show me the special effect of Grimar's Bone Mask? Hysteria. Do you have a Hysteria feeded into your Sauron's Bone Mask? Do you know that?
Not sure, I can look.
Yeah, because we can retrieve that item.
I don't think.
Scorch,
relief.
Manipulate. Awesome. I like Manipulate. By the way, Manipulate also very strong. Alright, man, you have all the important special effects feeded into your Sauron's Bone Mask, which means you can always go back and forth between these special effects with the refinement trick. Shall we do it?
I mean, sure.
Awesome. So, what I suggest is use the Bone Mask of Grima and strengthen one of your Brutal Helmets. And the one... Melee Vigor. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, I have to unequip, right?
Yeah.
That's so annoying that you have to do this all the time.
Yeah, man, which is why I also complained about it. I forwarded it to the game devs, and asked, hey man, that's just annoying. Why don't you give the option to select, like go back and forth between the special effects we have feed it into a specific item? But just like always, or not always, but in many cases, they just don't react to it, or they say, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay, so I strengthened this.
Yeah, there is nothing you need to worry about it. You already have a bone mask on your Sauron with all the special effects. You know how the refinement trick works, right? As long as you have...
Not sure.
Alright, so you always want to keep one more bone mask in your inventory to... Let's say you want to switch to another special effect of the bone mask, just like that. Manipulate, right?
Yeah.
You could now use your Sauron's bone mask to refine the bone mask you have right now with Manipulate. That way, you don't get rid of the bone mask you used to refine Sauron's bone mask. They all will be retrieved into your inventory.
But with this trick, I always lose like one purple helmet, right?
Yeah.
Because I have to strengthen it one time.
That's correct. But you already have now enough pieces to spare if you click on Strengthen, because we have used...
Yeah.
Click on. You see, we now have worn-out helms. Keep at least one worn-out helmet to do the refinement trick. And the item you want to jump over, like the Manipulate effect. But now, we are continuing with Brutal Helmet and Melee Vigor. That's okay. The plus HP is so good for your infantry units, like Halberdiers, or even if you have Corsairs, they will benefit a lot from the plus HP. And you have left one of those brutal helmets outside, that way you still have a way of returning, right? Because here you can do the refinement trick once more, if you decide to get these items out. Okay, where was the bone mask with Manipulate? I kind of lost... Okay, there it is. Awesome. Like, keep them in your inventory. You should always have at least one of those items in your inventory to have a way of returning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amazing. And now, your Brutal Helmet is ready for Kaldoon. I think you don't have Drums of Moria, right? You only... Yeah. That is unfortunate. But yeah, for the time being, you can just continue like this. Remember, the Cutlass with Melee Might, I would personally pass it on to Kaldoon.
Poor Grima, so naked.
Yeah, he will have his time to shine later. But
Yeah.
Kaldoon is number one. Like, why is Kaldoon just a T1 commander? He is so strong that that guy deserves to be a T3, maybe even a T4 commander.
That's true. He's really good.
And man, if you get a gigantic hammer with Frenzy, never get rid of it. A little bonus info, I am playing a Retaliate Balin, quite wailed out. He has the Matic of the Iron Hills, 3-star refined. And even he gets defeated by Frenzy Kaldoon. Frenzy Kaldoon is specializing in 3 melee units, right? And 3 melee units, in general, are weakest against Retaliate builds. But Kaldoon with Frenzy and double Hunt Down is destroying my monostack Retaliate build. That's how strong he is.
That's insane. I love him.
Your mini Kaldoon has a bright future. You just need the right special effect, and I think you can settle for the rest of your Rise to War career then.
Yeah, I'm hoping to pull the Frenzy in Season 3.
I wish you good luck with that, buddy. Do we have anything more that needs to be fixed?
Maybe the build.
I see you are running the old build. Okay, buddy. Have you seen my updated guide about Kaldoon, the 2023 update?
I'm not sure.
Because that's what I'm going to recommend to you. That is the new meta. Kaldoon wants to have Reapers in his army. Reapers are infantry units too. They benefit a lot from plus attack, and you already have a lot of plus attack. And you will get even more once you exchange your bone mask with Drums of Moria. And you will have Halberdiers, you will have Reapers, and Dragoons as your universal troop composition. If that time comes, I mean, you can even start right now if you have Reapers. You need to drop the 7 points from Tribal Tactics, like from the top at R5. Tribal Tactics will no longer be needed since you have only 2 Evil Men and 1 Orc unit in your army. and you spend those points into Experienced Warrior and Hunt Down. Hunt Down. Because that debuff is so strong. Like, I would drop Tribal Tactics. I would also drop the damage mitigation from your bottom respect 0. Yeah, like Iron Guard, I would drop that. Put everything into Experienced Warrior and Iron Guard. Alright, let's do it like this. Let's max out his R5 title first. Alright, let's have a look at the bottom skill at R5. Quicksand, that is increasing your damage. I like this a lot. Max it out, that's cool. Now let's jump over to Experienced Warrior and go back and max this out with Hunt Down. And now we can go back to his R0 title, Easterling. Yeah, now you can go for the damage mitigation. You have two choices. I would probably go with Evil Alliance, like Easterling and Evil Alliance. Or let's jump back and forth between all those skills. Yeah, man, that is the new meta world. Like this Kaldoon.
I thought I heard in some like Fellow of the Rings video or something, somebody said like the damage build wouldn't be worth it without the frenzy.
I see.
So that's why I'm also running like full Evil Man. So I got the Evil Man follow up.
Yeah, but then you're lacking on Reapers, and Reapers are the best unit for Evil side.
That's true.
I would suggest to try this out.
I'll try this for sure.
If this doesn't work out like we thought it would, just reach out to me again and we will build something else. But anyway, gear-wise, do we have any more questions regarding gear, troop comp?
I have to look what I put in here. Shit. There's a cover.
And once you get the Pierce effect, definitely pass the Easterling Spear to your Kaldoon, because with Pierce you get one additional attack, and that one additional attack is also boosting. Oh wait, can we jump back to Kaldoon's skill tree?
Yeah.
I would like to see if the Pierce effect, has a chance to trigger Hunt Down after the commander attacks. Okay, it does.
Yeah.
After the commander attacks, it doesn't say normal attacks. It says after he attacks. Cool. More the reason to go with Pierce.
As soon as I get it, I will for sure. And then I can put the Cutlass back on Grima.
Yeah. That's the plan. Anything else where you need help?
Not sure. I don't think so.
I like that you have the Hunter's Guide as your golden helmet. Keep it in your inventory. You are waiting for either
just or the Discord.
Exactly. Like both of them are what you need. Your Sunint will appreciate Aegis, while Discord, I mean, you could even use Discord for your Sauron. There is a hybrid ranged build for Sauron. If you have Discord, that basically means that you have access to early ground madness while providing focus damage with his focus damage build. So the Hunter's Guide is a good item to keep in your inventory. There is a bright future ahead of you with this.
This feels like a bit of a waste, but I had to go for it. for the Siege Mock memes.
Man, it is best value. Like for just 1 times refined, you get so much value for your Siege. So no shame there. You did the right thing. So any other commander where you think you may need some help, you are free to play, right?
Nah.
So you are a semi-investor just a bit?
Yeah, I invested a bit.
But cool, man. Like for that little investment, you already got lots of value. I wish I had that value back in those days. I screwed up so many commanders. You can't believe how much we screwed up.
Oh, I can. As I said, I played like when the game came out 1 season, or maybe a half of a season, and I had no clue. I did stuff you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, we all have those sins from the past, and only the game devs can help us get rid of those sins. Game devs, this is from Azra to you. Please give us the possibility to reset respect levels of commanders, like the hammer, you know? We already have that available for items with the hammer. How about we get that for commanders? Just saying. Stoned, is there anything else we can cover, or are we coming to an end?
I think we're going to an end. I think that's all good now.
Awesome. Then let me thank you for reaching out to me, asking for account reviews, because that was something I wanted to do in the future. I never had a schedule for it, but you reaching out to me just accelerated this process. So thanks a lot. I think I will do more of these in the future.
No worries. I also like to see them because sometimes like content creators or like people in general don't really get the grasp what questions other people are asking themselves.
It's definitely always nice to have some
More
more
input.
Yeah, some more veteran players giving ideas. And I mean, I myself am receiving ideas on a regular basis. I'm talking to so many people, and yeah, there's always something you can learn from people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I think then we can call it a day. Let me just finish the recording. Guys, as you have witnessed, this is our first account review. Many more will come in the future. If you want me to cover your account, just reach out to me, be it on YouTube or Discord, and then we can plan something like this. Stoned was our first account review. Thank you a lot, Stoned, for volunteering.